During its first weeks, August 2020, everyone loved the game and played it. Soon, it became the most popular game on Steam. Even content creators like Mr. Beast upload Fall Guys. It was really fun and chill. Because of a new game that rose on Twitch and was more engaging than the current Fall Guys, Among Us, the game slowly declined. However, Season 2, Medieval, and Season 3, Winter, kept things flowing with some consistent updates. During this time, you might say that Fall Guys was dying, but I would say otherwise. To hype their game up, they collaborated with a bunch such as Jungle Book. Chapter 4, Future, brought a bunch of new levels like Slime Scraper and Skyline Stumble, while Chapter 5, Jungle, did the same and introduced lore to the game as well with a mysterious being named Silent. Next up, Season 6 had already begun with a circus party theme. It was a normal season. We get to know a little bit more about Silent, and some would say that Fall Guys were in a simulation. However, Fall Guys still hasn't released on Nintendo or Xbox, and this season lasted from November 30th, 2021 until June 20th of 2022. That was a very long time, and as you may expect, the community protested with hashtag #SaveFallGuys and all that stuff. This is the longest season by far. Fall Guys were taking so long, but for a good reason. They were working on a fan-favorite season by far, and restarting the season count again by calling it Season 1. Some would still go in order with Season 7, but that doesn't matter because in this update you can now crossplay with the new Nintendo and Xbox, and Fall Guys announces they are going free to play. A bunch of new rounds and cosmetics made this season gain all of the game's popularity back again. Season 2 has arrived. They added a bunch of lore and explained Silent's plan a bit. He creates wormholes to try and help Fall Guys escape. However, the mid-season update was why the season randomly made Fall Guys lose numbers crazily. This update added something called vaulting. Fall Guys would remove or vault maps if they wanted to fix something, but the amount of rounds that were vaulted was very crazy. Fall Guys was very updated on the lore and created tons of maps, but that wasn't enough because now they've removed what makes a lot of games fun: replayability. Fall Guys quickly added their new season, Season 3. It was ocean-themed and added some new rounds and the SpongeBob collab. And obviously, who would forget the dive sliding? However, this season was almost as dry as Legacy Season 6 and there were barely any updates, if not, none from the 22nd of November 2022 to the 10th of May 2023. Fall Guys had barely any players and the vaulting situation worsened in this season. After this drought, many abandoned Fall Guys. Just like the Season 6 fumble, this one may be worth it because Fall Guys is getting a new mode, Creative. Players can now create their own rounds and have fun playing others' rounds. It may have not brought that much attention, but the players who already knew and played the game were having so much fun with the new season. It is digital themed and currently, you can only make race rounds. Fall Guys announces on the 10.3 Summer Breeze update that there will no longer be seasons and only updates. It was a controversial topic, but it helped the game feel refreshed and improved creative rounds. From now on, Fall Guys will not be making Unity rounds. Instead, they will just have the players create rounds and create their own once in a while. Here's a description of all updates in 2023-2024. Summer Breeze. Somewhat updates to creative and mostly lobby changes and bug fixes. Fall Force. Skyboxes, triggers, linking, a new wallpaper, and a bunch more options added to creative. Tool Up. Short but important changes to creative such as double budget. Power Party. Introduced power-ups such as Beanball and fixes the discovery. shapes and stickers, scaling and a bunch of stickers, shapes, patterns, and neat items to creative. Survival was added in early 2024 and gave us the new survival mode with more power-ups and UI changes. Fall Forever. A couple changes to creative but focused on the new explore mode and solos being changed to knockout. Solos was added back later. In August 6 of 2024, Fall Guys X Fortnite was released. In Chapter 5 Season 3, there was a mini obstacle course to collect bonus loot in Fortnite, and now, you can make these bean rounds in Fortnite's UEFN or just creative. It was a fun time, however, the Fall Guys X Fortnite rounds gave you very little to no XP. Next up, Fall Guys decides to launch on mobile to compete against their old rival, Stumble Guys. Fall Guys gets tons of mobile players and has now become the #1 game in Nintendo. People are already hoping that Fall Guys gets a ranked mode. It has been leaked for a while and it will hopefully arrive before 2025. We are all caught up on the history of Fall Guys, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed.